The 2 Cent Report!
Good hello, good day, good night. I am Justin, I'm the only one that matters. And then I have...
Shut the fuck up! I'm the antimatter.
I go by 1 cent Justin, or Elsie Lupus, because I'm sad. And then...
I go by 1 cent Tristan, or Lord Kumquat, because I'm always happy. Floating through space, enjoying my life.
We decided we wanted to try and get guests like Peter Molyneux or Bobby Kotick to see why he is the devil.
Snake oil salesman.
But instead we decided to bring our significant others for diversity.
And because we're poor.
And because we're poor.
Represent.
Property cost. So, who are our guests? Who wants to speak first? Go on.
Hello.
What is your name?
I am the other half of the 1 cent Justin Meister. I don't know how I got this job description. I went for an interview and it just happened.
To God represent.
And now I'm here and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, the whole thing we were like, no, it's a great job opportunity. You're being paid an exposure. Eventually you can use that.
I'm sure. I'm sure I will somehow.
You'll make it.
Use it.
This is great CV content.
It's great CV content.
Okay,
you can put it on your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking into becoming an industrial psychologist. Do you think this will be helpful?
Yeah.
Maybe you can also save him.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, great. No, great stuff, guys. I'm glad to be here.
And who's the other person who's been paid with exposure?
Hi, I'm Nicole. Blah.
Tristan. His name's Tristan.
She's pointing at me, by the way, just so the people watching this know.
I am the wife of 1 cent Tristan. And,
They got married for exposure too.
Riding on my fame.
Excuse me. But yeah, no, looking forward to hearing what's going to be discussed today. And, happy to be here.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
until the end.
Until the end.
We'll see.
So today we actually have like a structure, which is weird.
Maybe even some rehearsed content.
Sure, rehearsed. First,
a tutor that can't afford a tutor.
Exactly. The biggest shit that happened this year. By the way, you're allowed to swear.
Fucking cuntmeister.
Yeah, that's
that can be
great,
the title.
Of the year.
Of the year.
Yo, Master Boost.
No,
that's only for our South African audience.
Fucking
and then we're talking, I think, about the shit we played, what you liked, what you didn't like. Doesn't have to be released this year. I'm poor. I played one game that was released this year.
You know what's the best part?
It's fine.
Is that we can say anything what they liked and what they disliked because nobody responded.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just gonna say what we like and dislike.
Exactly.
You guys didn't even want to respond to us.
Exactly.
But it's fine.
Bunch of whores. And then we're talking about acquisitions.
Acquicast represent.
Exactly. And then we're done. And then we can all go on with our lives.
Sounds good, man.
Sounds good.
and until next year when we will.
Yeah.
We're just taking the rest of the year off. I know it's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
We just thought that after a year of recording, we could use the time to ourselves. Justin's hair gets everywhere, so
it does.
It's just it gets in my microphone. It's strange.
It gets
like
into
the beard
food.
just hugs the microphone. It's super weird. We need some time apart, so
we do.
We're taking this break, and then next year, I know it's a long time. We will post again.
Maybe. I might find
30th of December.
I might find someone else. So
you're going to replace your urban ethnic. You're going to replace me.
You said it. It's fine.
Your BE counterpart.
Also a very South African joke.
Affirmative action. Which one do you want? Goddamn affirmative action.
Shall we talk about what happened this year? The awful shit. So, I know how much of a BioWare fan you are. And you. You don't know who they are.
Fan. Represent Mass Effect.
Yes. So they released Anthem.
Oh god. Is this where we're going?
So Anthem, it wasn't released this year, but Anthem was released. Everyone loved it. It had no content. People played it and they went, "Where's the rest?" And BioWare said, "It's coming." And then months passed and nothing happened. And then they went, this year they said, "By the way, we're finished with Anthem, we're giving up." And people went, "I paid R1,000 for this game."
Don't outsource your game.
Don't outsource your game.
Don't outsource your game.
So that was just
the big letdown, really.
Yeah, shame. You people actually
but
cared. I didn't.
We might be getting
yeah,
a Mass Effect miniseries or series.
Yeah, I can't remember
which Henry Cavill said that he wouldn't mind playing the Shepherd.
Because Henry Cavill says he wants to be in everything.
Exactly. But
not
like...
but then...
For you, Henry Cavill is Geralt.
Ah.
There we go.
Most people that haven't watched that yet.
See, you guys are like all into the games and I'm just floating most of the time.
She's like a hardcore gamer. Yeah. She plays games like every single day.
Yeah.
On a telephonic device.
You mean a cell phone?
Telephonic device? We are the poverty cast.
There are smartphones. A cell phone was your old phones where you had to like press one multiple times to get to C.
Oh, can we not relive that, please?
But to be fair, it did have Snake on it.
I was just gonna say
Snake was
Space Impact or Space Impact.
Or Space Impact.
Do you remember Mix It?
I never actually had Mix It because I was a prick.
I had Mix It. It was great. It was
very
Moonbase
difficult to make contact with you.
Moonbase was great.
Maybe on purpose.
Anyway, that was a very
You knew this was coming.
Anyway, so that was Anthem. They cared. I didn't. It's BioWare. The last BioWare game I actually played was KOTOR. I've never played Mass Effect still.
What?
I'll get there eventually. It did not.
That's like the equivalent of saying you haven't watched Harry Potter, you haven't watched Lord of the Rings, and just like, wow, who says that?
The first one didn't release on PlayStation, so I refused to play it because I have to play the first one. I don't have a disc drive.
Oh my god, whose problem is that?
So Tristan was just handing Justin
a disc.
A Mass Effect disc.
Do you have a disc?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, I got Mass
In
Effect
this
1
laptop
and
over
2.
here. I put this on laptop, then I take it onto my USB.
How old is that laptop?
2015?
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. It sounded like you were gonna say it's 20.
No, that was no.
Which I'd be impressed. I'd be impressed if like a 20-year-old laptop still worked. That'd be.
We do have one of those.
We do have a 20.
It's a Fujitsu Siemens. Very old machine.
That is ancient.
Yeah, I don't make them.
It can only.
Else.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, you always hear something else.
It struggles to run Windows 7.
It really
nice.
does.
Oh,
it really
big
does.
time.
You know, but this is unrelated. I only discovered like 2-3 weeks ago that Windows 11 came out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, they kind of made it look a lot like Mac. It's got like a dock and things on the bottom now. I'm like, I don't know why. Windows was great on its own.
It's almost like these things are starting to merge. Maybe there's some money in it.
But yet...
Maybe it's like a precursor. Maybe. Be like, oh my goodness.
Yet nothing has actually changed in the settings. The control panel looks exactly the same. It's exactly the same.
Well, that's fine at least. I don't like too much change. I still kind of miss XP.
Yeah, XP was great though.
And then I had Vista for a while.
I miss 7 more than I miss.
I'm so sorry for you.
XP. I'm sorry. I miss 7 more than I miss XP.
I also like 7.
But XP had that list where you could just like go on forever to find.
Also, shame. Poor Nina doesn't give a shit.
I don't know, guys. As long as my word processor is working, I'm happy. If I can type things and see what is being typed, I like that, and that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she doesn't like Vista.
and it's Word, so it must be Microsoft, so it's Windows.
Exactly.
Good. At least we're on the Windows part.
No. She wouldn't have Mac. She just wanted a rose gold laptop, and that was the only thing that.
Can we not talk about the rose gold situation?
I'm so sorry.
It is a heartbreaking topic.
So then, next topic. Google decided, you know what we should do? Revolutionize everything, but we're going to be lazy about it. So we're going to make essentially Netflix for games. So you don't have to have a good computer, you can play it.
Oh my goodness, Google Stadia. Oh my word, I forgot about that.
You forgot Stadia existed.
Yes.
So the whole idea was you don't buy any games, you pay for the service, you can play anything, you could play like top of the range, latest releases on a phone. Anywhere. Just can stream. Yeah, you need bandwidth.
A lot of it.
Which most of the world doesn't have.
Yeah.
So they just kind of quietly went, we're not developing anymore.
Kinda
and then
makes
shut
sense.
out all the studios
Yes.
that already had put games on the platform.
What was actually really shit was that they were like, okay, everyone, we're not doing any more Stadia. And all the devs who had been paid to make games for the Stadia were like, wait, what? You didn't tell us. So
we're still making it. What?
So Stadia, that wasn't great. It wasn't great.
That wasn't
fucked
great.
up.
But yeah, that's just Stadia. Shame. It farted alive and then it died.
It farted alive and then it
farted
died.
alive.
Don't mean it was
That-
alive and farted and
That
died.
was very unique.
It was. It was. But yeah, that failed. Maybe one day we will return.
No. Like that phone, that modular
Please.
phone, that's not
Kind of one
coming
of the
back.
good things.
You see, but that's like people who are like techies and want to have shit. Like people just want to have a phone. They'll just be like, here's your phone. It's a phone. That's all they want.
Are you projecting your personality a bit there?
No, I'm not as
No,
lazy.
he was forced into that.
Yeah, I was forced into that. I just get phones for free. Anyway, so the next one, which is to me beautiful, a game which was disappeared for like 10 years, and then for some reason, rather than making a new game, they were like, we're going to make this game again. Well, we're actually going to make it this time. Called 6 Days in Fallujah. And 6 Days in Fallujah is a game set in Iraq, and during the Iraq War, one of the most politically divisive wars of all time. And the studio came out and they said, our game is not political. It's just about war. So
Talk about an oxymoron.
it didn't really work. And then people immediately called it out to be like, the fuck? And then they were like, it is political. You can't divorce war from politics.
But
we now have Iraqis in the game.
My gosh, that game.
They just kind of inserted Iraqis.
Thing is,
so.
I'm actually happy that they did that because, you know, fuck being politically correct. Let's kill some people in a game. Real life in games should be different. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a fantasy media. If you don't like it, don't play it. Obviously, I'm not talking about things that emphasize, I won't say real world topics, but things like domestic abuse and stuff. Maybe not that,
Well,
but if you're in a war, I think you can remove the politics out of it. I know it's going to be like Americans fighting some sort of Middle Eastern, but you should just think of it as that instead of putting countries to it.
Maybe.
Westerners fighting
If you were just
Middle
like,
East.
these are two groups that are fighting each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead you
And
name
they're
them Iraq.
Yeah, if you just...
It's themed.
Except that
Yeah.
it'll still be political, even like, say, Halo. Because you're like, oh no, the bad guys are like a religious cult. You're like, well, that's political.
Fair enough. You won on
That's
that
true,
one.
that's
Fair
true.
enough.
I
No,
finally
no.
get what you mean there.
Shame, they did their best. This is extremely recent, but it's here. GTA Remastered came
Points
out.
Oh
At his
my
page.
god,
I
do
pointed
not,
at my page.
do not go there. I mean, when Tristan showed it to me for the first time on YouTube, watching one of the videos about all the stuff that had changed.
Yeah.
And the game looked so broken. And,
It is
and
broken.
then
But
at the end, he told me, oh, and then they made it so you actually can't buy the game
Yes.
separately anymore. And I'm like, that's bullshit!
yeah,
What about people who have the game? I haven't even checked if I can still
no,
play
you
it.
can still play the ones you have.
Yeah, but
but
like, what about the
They
poor
are
people
bringing
who
it
didn't
back.
buy
Though.
it?
They
broke it.
are bringing it back
Yeah.
to the store.
Yes,
Well, they better do,
So they
because that game was shit.
they delisted it because they were like, no, you can't buy the original ones. You have to buy our new ones, which are broken. And then people hated it so much that they were like, okay, fine, you can buy the old ones. Fuck, just leave us alone.
But
Good, because it was
that's
bullshit.
that's
Car
still
fucking
100
falling
times
through the
better
earth.
than what Blizzard did.
Yeah, but that's Blizzard.
Yeah. We'll get there.
And that was before the shit happened.
We'll get there.
But still, that was a
But yeah,
massive failure.
Also,
on their
actually,
end.
one of the greatest things is that there is a glitch. Maybe they fixed it by now, but it's fucking hilarious. Apparently, every time you do something with your car, I think if you move it to the side, the car gets bigger. It's like a glitch. So it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's bigger than, like, buildings. You're just
That
like,
is so dumb.
this
honestly.
is such a great fucking glitch.
And then there's-
Leave it in!
Yeah, and then the flying cars that literally.
You know, if
there's
they
the
were
cars that
smart
follow
enough-
you. Did you know that one?
No, there's also
No, literally, a person can like drive into the back of your car, right? And now they will be stuck there forever. And you're driving along, and you got this other car stuck to you behind. Like,
I mean,
the fuck?
I've always loved glitches. There was that one years ago, Assassin's Creed Unity, where they animate all the things behind the face. So it's got a mouth, and it's got like a nose, and it's
Oh,
got
I know
eyes,
which one you're talking
and then
about.
the skin didn't
Didn't
render.
So,
So you
just
don't
have
see
all
the skin, you just see
pieces.
eyes and a mouth. And it's no lid, so it's just
was absolutely hilarious. Terrifying, but absolutely hilarious.
And that became...
It wasn't
became a
a
meme.
render. It was a skinning issue.
Yeah.
Where the skinning
Sorry.
would somehow just go to scale 0, or it would somehow pull to behind the head. So instead of being facing forward, it was inverted behind. So
I'll revert to his judgment on this one.
I've seen the exact same glitch actually in Fallout, but in Fallout they also animate the brain and stuff so that it can go splatter. So you see a brain with eyeballs and shit, no skin, just.
That kind of fits in though for me in the Fallout world, you know.
Yeah, that's terrible. And also, actually, that was years ago though, but that wasn't a great year for Ubisoft either, because they were like, no, the reason there's no woman that you can play in the game is because it's too expensive to animate woman. And people were like, wait, what? And they were like, okay, fuck. Female protagonist in the next game. It's gonna be fine. Just do it.
And they did.
Stepping on glass there.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest idea. So,
A lot of their greatest ideas.
something that Nina knows. Loot boxes.
Loot boxes.
What are loot boxes?
It is boxes, and there's usually more than one of them, because if there was only one, what would be the point? And then there is stuff inside the loot boxes, but usually just one of them have something really cool in it, and it's basically gambling and not okay.
Yes. And this was like unregistered gambling, basically. And now countries all over the world have been like, this is gambling. And kids can do it, which has always been gambling's not supposed to be for kids.
Yeah.
So a bunch of countries have started investigating loot boxes, and all the companies are like, no, it's not gambling, it's fine.
It's a surprise mechanic.
It's a surprise mechanic. That's what they call it. It's a surprise mechanic. Which anything could be a surprise mechanic.
A gotcha machine is a surprise mechanic.
Yeah,
a jump scare is a surprise mechanic.
Exactly. And I mean, like, there's a difference between the ones that they do in the games, though, and the ones they do in real life, obviously. Yes. So, like, you get those loot boxes, like Tokyo Treat and things like that, which are actually well worth the money.
No, but that's different. That's not like a loot box in like a game.
Well, it's still technically the concept of a loot box.
I suppose.
There. And I have a feeling, I don't know which one actually
started
first.
But they have a limit. It should give one monthly. You can't continue to just buy more.
Also, they can't just fuck you and you open one and there's like a slip of paper inside and you're like, this is all you got!
Another common item for a skin for a gun that you don't use.
The ones that are digital are pretty bullshit.
Yeah. So, next, which is beautiful, Epic Games Store. They have been trying for a while to beat Steam. That was the whole thing. They're like, no, we want to be bigger than Steam. Steam has a monopoly in PC gaming, so we want to... Steam has too much power, basically. Which I would agree with, but then they were like, also, this person keeps on removing her fucking nails.
Yeah. No, you need to stop now.
I'm freaking both of you out. It's quite funny.
So, anyway, Epic Games decided that they want to try and beat them. So they were like, okay, cool, what are we going to do? We are going to give you free games every week or every 2 weeks. Only problem is you can't just give people free games. It kind of costs money. So you can't just give people's games away for free. So you have to make agreements with the studios. And then when there was the big Epic versus Apple lawsuit, we learned how much money they spend. And how much... Now the point is supposed to be this. Okay, you get a free game. Now I'm going to join Epic Games Store because I want the free game. But now I'm here so I can buy the games that are there for money. That's the idea. Turning these people into paying customers.
Basically bribing them to browse the store.
Yes. The problem is, it doesn't work. It hasn't been working.
Accept, thank you, bye.
Yeah, people just get the free game and they go to Steam.
But that's what I do.
I think it's actually quite funny because, like, do you think it's a matter of Epic still believing that the idea is an amazing one, or they're so deep in now
they can't go back. They can't get out of it. They can't. Also, they take ages to introduce any features. Like, it was only a few months ago they introduced the idea of a cart mechanic. Before, you had to buy a game, pay for it, put in your credit card information, get the game. Another game.
I still want library groups.
They still don't have library
groups.
You can't group anything. It's a useless fucking thing. But
I just go there for the free games.
It just updates, but like it takes forever to update.
It does.
The only thing that's slower than that thing is Origin.
I never use Origin, so I don't know.
Oh yeah,
But I'll just agree with you.
Are they for how long are they gonna keep giving people?
You know, it's
They've
going to be like
been
5
doing
years.
it
And they go, maybe it's
for
going to work this time.
Yeah.
Maybe
They've
it's
been
going to
doing
work.
it forever,
So they don't have a limit.
They
or-
have a plan which came out, which probably wasn't supposed to come out, because this all came out in the Epic versus Apple thing, and their whole idea is that over a course of several years they're going to convert more people into Epic users and not Steam users.
It's never gonna happen.
It will never happen. But they had like code names for it, and it had like military sounding names.
And
It was like
it's
Operation Takeover.
It's never gonna work.
It never works. So
Never
they
gonna
had plans. It's just not working.
They
They
had
tried to get
plans, which is shit
studios,
plans.
the funny thing is, they tried to get studios to be Epic exclusives, but that didn't work. So they were like, no, they can make more money if they were on both Epic and Steam.
Yes.
So that didn't work out. And then they were like, okay, well, let's settle. And then they did this like shameful settle of, okay, you release on our platform for 2 extra weeks, and then you release on Steam.
Yeah.
So they were like
yeah, that
super
happened with
petty about
Borderlands 3,
it.
didn't it? I
Well,
think that happened with Borderlands
and
3
Metro
when it first
Exodus.
came out.
Well, a lot of them it's
And
actually
Metro Exodus.
with quite a lot of them it's like a year.
Oh yeah, or like
One.
months, yeah.
But like there'll be indie games. But indie games, it's a great deal for them because they're like, you're just gonna
Oh.
pay us to have an exclusive for a year. Fine, you can fucking pay us. It's fine. And then in a year we're gonna put it on Steam.
But won't you say
Yeah.
that's great for the community, because then the indie game studios have more money to produce a better quality.
It has been great for
version.
the indies.
It has
Yeah.
been a pretty good
But
one,
it's not
which
really
is
great
so
for
good.
anyone else. But it is really funny. But they've literally paid things like $1 million. I think they paid over
That's
$1 million for
thing is-
Borderlands.
I think we've
I'm
got.
not 100%. Hey, Borderlands is a fucking great game, but the only problem they didn't realize is Borderlands wouldn't turn out so great.
Yeah.
I think the crazy thing about this whole deal is that we've passed the point of being able to say that Fortnite is funding this idea. This is Unreal Engine money that's going into this now.
Yeah.
We've passed the limit of how much money they could have possibly made with Fortnite.
They're still
to fund
making a
this.
lot of money.
Now
with
we're
Fortnite,
in-
though.
Just for Nina, Epic made the Unreal Engine, which is really popular and was what got them the money to do what they do now. Not Fortnite, but the game engine.
Yeah.
So now we're dipping into that well. I'm pretty sure. Especially with these Christmas, these what's it called, the Advent calendar of
Yes.
games.
I still think you guys
So-
are underestimating the amount of money that they make with Fortnite.
Fortnite does make a fuckload of money.
But Epic is doing good. I mean, they're buying things
Every
up
season
pretty.
you
Yeah.
get more and more.
No,
Was
they,
it-
I think they're getting ready. I mean, actually, this was news long ago. I can't remember. It was this year, but I can't remember when. They bought a mall. That they're
They bought a mall.
A mall. Which
What's
they
it called? What's it called?
No, I
Please-
can't remember what the mall is called, but they're converting it into their headquarters.
Okay.
A whole mall. They just bought a mall, and they were like, because it was a ghost mall. No one was
But
in
that's
there
kind of cool, because I like the idea of
That's-
walking past and there's different offices as you.
Yeah.
That's actually. I think
It's
you
fucking
provide
cool.
the food court. That's actually pretty fucking
But
smart.
like, imagine just being like, we have so much money, we're gonna buy a whole mall. It's a huge.
Jesus.
It's an American mall, and those things are fucking
those
huge.
Are fucking huge.
So yeah, they're doing that, which clever, but we'll see if it lasts.
But intense, man.
But I think
that
a lot
means
of
they're still looking at a pretty
Well,
huge outcome. That
on
means
the
they can
plus
just keep on
side,
going on with this.
They have a shit ton of parking.
true, but
Which
also
most offices generally lack.
I think also a lot of people, young people, they go Epic Games. They're the ones that made Fortnite, and then older games are like they made Unreal. An
Yeah.
Unreal Tournament, and then Gears of fucking War, and
Unreal
now
Tournament
they've made
is still
Fortnite.
such a good game.
You can't leave Unreal 2 out.
No, I just said Unreal as a.
I like Unreal Tournaments 2004 though. That's
Yeah,
different.
I meant that as a. I mean, you didn't say what about Gears of War 2? You just went, oh, you
Fuck
mean the
Gears of
you-
War.
He doesn't like Gears of War.
I've tried playing Gears of War. This is the actual Xbox 360.
It's very boring.
It is.
I
it
can't
is
play.
tedious.
It's very tedious.
And it's very grey.
It is.
Everything is grey.
It is. But that was
It's
the
like
aesthetic.
they couldn't afford saturation.
No man, no, that's
Colors are expensive, Justin. Fuck.
It's like animating women.
Oh, that was so
Well
perfectly
done.
there.
No,
You get
but
one
that is
in?
true.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm just here in the corner being like, I'll wait for my moment.
Yeah, you certainly chose the right time.
But yeah, so Epic, but they have spent like, because the idea is I spent this much money on free games, which I'm going to give to people, and then it's going to convert into users. And they have like, we want this many new users based on this game. And they had to release the spreadsheets saying, saying actually how much. They had to put out the spreadsheets being like, okay, so we wanted to get, say, 10,000 new gamers because of this game. We got 2,000. Whoops. And then they're like, okay, cool, we want to have at least 500 of them convert into paying customers. And they're like, 10 converted into paying customers. It has not been going well.
But now they're too deep.
They are too deep.
Now they're too deep, they have to.
And also, they kept on sucking cuck with Steam. They were like, Steam takes too much money from devs. And what did Steam do? They said nothing. They were just like, we'll just...
So what?
It doesn't reach game. There's too much space between the throne of game.
You know what?
And
it probably came to Gabe. He like looked at the news and he was like, oh, Epic is trying to beat us. Anyway, so what's for lunch?
Pretty much. That's probably exactly what he was like. Literally, it kind of just feels like...
I can't find my clothes and all this money. Where's my shoes?
Feels like a more successful Origin tried to take on Steam, and he's like, it's Origin again.
No, but
it wasn't.
Origin is Testicles' cousin.
That's testicle at this rate.
So, next thing is Netflix decided we're going to join the games industry.
I still think that was stupid.
They did buy Night School, which is cool. They're the people who made... Fuck, what was it? Oxenfree. Did you ever play Oxenfree? It seems like a game you would like.
I haven't played it yet.
So they made Oxenfree and now they're going to make games for Netflix. But from what I've heard, I haven't played any of the games on Netflix, but from what I've heard, they're shit. So...
Yeah, it's like when Amazon tried to make games.
Yeah, but Amazon also overreached. Amazon was like, we're going to make an MMO. Netflix is like, we're going to make like little pixel art games.
Like the Stranger Things game.
Okay, the KFC game was great.
I know, I played the whole thing.
Me too.
Brilliant.
I loved that game.
I was so confused, but I loved every second of it.
Why didn't I play that game?
Oh my god, it is a visual novel romance simulation game.
Yeah, so you romance the Colonel.
KFC. You romance Colonel Sanders.
Sexy.
Wow.
No, it's sexy. It's sexy
Sanders.
anime Colonel Sanders.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my god, I missed out.
You can still play it.
Play
It's free. I'm
it's
pretty
free.
sure. It's
I
fucking
can download it
fantastic.
for you. You want to play it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Strangely enough,
It's fucking.
So good.
It's so fucking.
It was the
stupid.
best move
I
KFC
loved
made.
it.
And at the same time, they were
KFC
advertising. They're advertising the KFC console, which could heat up your chicken while you play. Because that's a good thing graphics cards can do, is heat up chicken.
Yeah.
And I also love they're like, okay, we have a machine that overheats too much, which is a bad thing. Like, yes, but if it overheats enough, it can cook food.
Yes, that's exactly what they did.
Okay, I can keep your food warm. I have touched an overheating PC. It fucking burns you.
Also,
You can fry an
how
egg on them
greasy
sometimes.
will that become if you
Oh my
constantly in
god,
that tray?
how disgusting.
Oh
Can you
god.
imagine the fan sucking all that oil? Oh my god, absolute cleaning nightmare.
What would the operating system be called?
Finger licking
KFOC.
good.
Finger licking good. I don't know. I
Probably
can't.
just FLG for short.
There's no like snappy comeback.
So what
No.
you running? I'm running FLG.
Be like a KF1, and someone would be like, "Oh, I've got a KF2," and you're like, "Fuck you." You have
Like
you have one that can actually cook chicken.
Keep your fries from
It's
becoming
literally like saying, "Oh, what have you got? I got a
sandpaper.
PS1. Oh, I got a KF1."
Like sandbag.
It just sounds like a ripped off version, but mine can cook chicken.
So, one of my favorite news stories was Quantic Dreams. So, Quantic Dreams is the company that made Fahrenheit, they made Heavy Rain, they made that one with Willem Dafoe
That
and
helps.
Elliot Page. I forget what it's called. It was bad. And they made that Detroit Become Human.
That game is amazing. Why
Okay.
did you end with that?
I just
It's the
don't,
latest
no,
one.
wait, I just don't
It's
understand.
amazing. I
Why
love
would
that game.
people
It's so beautiful.
want to play a game that is only quick time events? Like that's the worst part in any
No,
game.
but you
The
see-
guys are like, let's make a game out of the worst.
But
It's
it's not all quick time events.
It's also it's not only quick time events. It's also
No.
badly written. Tristan.
I really enjoyed it.
He's a very pretentious prick. The guy in charge,
He
David
is.
Cage. He's just like, no, I create the emotions
He
in
sounds
my
like
games.
a wrestler.
He does.
Just
What
say
do
it
you
again.
like that?
Just
But
say it again.
what-
I still enjoyed the game quite a
But
lot.
what's great, it turns out, the company is really shit. They're bad to their employees. They actually got
know.
investigated by the French government for
Oh, wow.
for maybe lots of toxic shit, and they got taken to court. And there were two instances that were fucking hilarious. The one was, it wasn't David Cage, it was the other guy. I think he was like the head manager person. And he asked him at court, he said, do I have to tell the truth? Which is maybe not the best thing to say to a judge.
You fucking god.
So maybe...
Come on, even that's ridiculous.
And then David Cage was actually even better, because they were like, no, you've been accused of, like, toxic work conditions, like, you abuse your employees. And he started, like, screaming and crying, and then he left the court. He just walked out, and you're like...
As if that's a viable answer to your...
So that's what he did. He's like, how dare you say that I have done this? Fuck you, I'm leaving! And then he left.
That's not the option.
And I just love the French were like, well...
I love how they let him leave!
I guess he's gone now.
What?
So that's still ongoing. But court cases take months and months, so it'll probably wrap up next year.
Here it takes years and years.
Yeah. But yeah, so... Quantic Dreams is a shit company, and David Cage is a twat.
Yeah, now I'm going to have to
rethink they basically
my...
just made games quick time events.
Game is not just quick time events, but
yeah,
that is not a very good company.
Tristan, what did I tell you?
Badly
they're also badly rich.
I just have Jason going in my head the whole time.
Actually, there is the best thing that was the best glitch of all time. I think you might have seen it. It's in Heavy Rain, and you have to push a button to shout.
What?
A quick time event, and you're shouting for, I think, your son, and his name is Sean. And then the problem was that there was a fuck up, and it glitched out, and every time they pushed the button, he would shout Sean. But the camera would move, and obviously the audio is localized to where it is. So when the camera moved away, and this guy keeps pressing the button, Sean, Sean. And also every time you push it, he'd be in the middle of like a conversation, and he would just go, Sean! Like, now you can't see this, but you must watch the video. It's fucking hilarious. But he just does a Sean with a huge mouth. It was back before facial animation was good. So he just does this huge, and it's supposed to be like a climactic thing. He's like fighting the bad guy, and this guy just keeps pushing the button and just goes going Sean in this guy's face. It is the most beautiful glitch that's ever existed.
That is amazing.
It is so good.
And yet that entire time
that is beautiful.
Jason, the whole fucking time. That's all I could hear.
So that was Quantic Dreams, the best company that has ever existed.
No,
Clearly not.
I'm not going to give it that time.
Okay, now are you ready? Are you ready for Tristan to be sad?
Oh no, here we go.
Warcraft 3 Reforged. You can tell the story.
The thing is, I'm not that sad because I got it as a gift. I didn't actually pay physical money.
But can you explain what happened?
Well, from my perspective, yes, I can. So there I was, my birthday, the 9th of November. I get this notification on my Battle.net app saying that someone has gifted me Warcraft 3 Reforged. I was ecstatic. I wanted it, but I had to wait because it was a pre-order. So first, not my bad move because I didn't pre-order it, but it was my first ever pre-ordered game. Not purchased by me. I haven't purchased a pre-order game.
Disclaimer, not purchased by him.
By games when they come out.
I'm waiting, and then it gets pushed back. Getting told quality is more important. It gets pushed back. Again, I get little snippets of the devs showing off the models. I get excited because they're so intricate, they're beautiful. I see the cinematic examples that's coming out where they actually properly animated, not just standing still and the audio's going. You know, the camera's moving. It looks great. Everybody's getting excited. The forums are. Everybody's wanting to know when it's going to come out. It gets pushed back. Fine. Then the day happens. It finally comes out. As soon as it was available, I downloaded it. I was on the front lines when I played that game and I saw the shit that went down. First thing that pissed me off was you go into the game, everything looks amazing. And then you get into the actual game and you're like, nothing has changed except the HUD is now shrunk in my way because it's so frustrating that it doesn't reach the edges. My OCD couldn't take it. I wasn't like one of those people that bitched about, oh no, the game was, it was distracting. No, I needed it to fit the bottom of the screen, and it didn't. And then those cool, awesome cinematics weren't there, and they said that they were going to add in new content, but they didn't realize, I didn't realize that it was rubbish that they're adding in, not actually, yes, it's new content, doesn't mean it's good. But then the icing on the cake comes in when you find out that, by the way, this version replaces Warcraft 3, the original Warcraft 3. And people can only play this version. And then the custom games. Oh, this is beautiful. Now, one thing that made Warcraft 3 special, and I think anybody that has played it can agree, was the custom maps.
Yeah.
I know Justin and myself came up with a few custom maps of our own back in the day. And what was particularly interesting about this aspect of the game is that Blizzard decided it would be okay because they didn't want to fuck up with, another Dota coming out, because those of you who don't know, Dota started on Warcraft 3. And then when Blizzard didn't want to fund it, I believe Steam, no, not Steam, Valve, yes, Steam. Yeah. Valve
basically
got the guys to come over to them, and they made Dota 2. And we all know how popular Dota 2 is. Jeez. And then obviously there was a mod on Warcraft 3 that was more RPG orientated, and that spawned World of Warcraft. So
which is amazing.
Very influential part of that game was the custom map creator. And fearing that they might miss another headlining game, Blizzard decided that any maps you make belong to them and you can't do anything with it. They all own it, and if it becomes popular, they own the rights to it. Big mistake. Big mistake. And then there were several things, like the connection issue, people couldn't play online, everything was just shit because, the graphics were overhauled, but the game was even more clunkier, it kept on crashing. There was a lot of bugs. People wouldn't be there, like, in the cinematic. Just be like, I had it once where my screen was empty. I just saw them talking in the portrait, but there was nobody on the screen. It was just an empty, it was an empty scene. No one was there. It was a harsh time. And like I said before, you couldn't go back because this is what Blizzard now said you will have to play.
So they did a GTA.
But they didn't put it back. To this day, you can't go back.
GTA did a Warcraft 3 Reforged, technically.
No, but you could go. Rockstar was like, hey, put the shit back on the store.
Yeah, no, but not in the...
Warcraft was overwritten by Reforged. You can't get it unless you're like you, who has the Warcraft CDs, or, there we go, has Warcraft.
Or you have cracked versions.
Or you have cracked versions which are inside this drawer
which
here.
Which I shall not say in whether we have or not.
Which is in this drawer over here. What? It's statute of limitations.
True.
Exactly.
In South Africa? Yeah, okay.
No, international. The game is so old, my crack is so... Yeah. So, but it was a disaster. The fans were pissed off.
It was CD now.
I mean, they taken everything that was Warcraft and kind of just like shat on it.
And that is why I play World of Warcraft.
Oh, they fucked up that too. We all know after the Lich King is just,
Hey, I love World of Warcraft, and don't lie, you love it too.
I do, but I preferred when you could pick your abilities and your traits.
Yeah. Well, these are nerd arguments. And
sorry,
I'm not a nerd.
Skip on that one. Liar.
So,
anyway.
Are you ready for the next one?
That was my 1 cent.
That was your 1 cent. So, Fulbright, they're the guys that made I'm pretty sure it's Gone Home.
E.T.
Gone Home was a really good one though.
Yes. No, the game was good.
Gone Home was the mystery game.
Yes.
I loved the story in it. It was actually very full of lore.
It was lovely.
It was kind of felt like you were replaying a storybook, in a sense.
I'm just making sure that it is them. I'm pretty sure it's the people that made... Yeah, they made Gone Home, Tacoma, and...
Gone Home's really good.
One called Open Roads. Oh, that's releasing next year. Never mind. They have not made...
They are making Open Roads. Info.
But yeah, it turns out
they should work for the government.
They should.
What happened?
All that traffic.
Oh, they decided, do you know what we should do? I'm the founder of this company. I should be one of those sexual harasser types.
Because it's the latest rage.
It's the latest rage.
Upper echelons of gaming society.
I wonder if people realize it's not a fashion statement.
Yeah. So that wasn't, and I had to step down. But shame, poor little bitch.
Well, he isn't the one who actually made the game, so it's okay.
And now the exact same thing with Paradox. Paradox also shitty people. But we haven't gotten to the real shitty people, don't worry.
Next, I know he's shouting at you. I'm imagining that you're shouting at your screen.
Obviously.
Even though I'm probably going to be the one to get the one view on this video.
Exactly.
Sorry, delay reaction.
I gotta like my own videos.
The other.
Don't worry, we'll like them too because we're in it.
Oh, only because
So, the other one that's beautiful is Roblox. No one knew about fucking Roblox. People were just like, oh, it's that thing kids play.
My sister plays it.
Yeah. Now, it turns out Roblox is a beautiful thing. Roblox is not actually a game. It's basically a storefront where you can, and a creation tool. You can make your own games, sell it to other kids, maybe meet a sex criminal.
Oh, definitely.
On there.
Definitely.
Your sister did tell me that, no. My niece.
It's your niece?
Told me that she's friends with a developer. But I was like, a content creator or a developer, like a person who made Roblox or a person that creates in Roblox.
But that wasn't the weirdest thing your niece has told us
on
that day.
Yeah. I want to purge that account. But she
keeps
getting
sent money. Her Discord
like, I keep on telling my family, stop sending her money for this game.
But it's
and they keep on sending her, they're like, oh no, it's her choice. She's allowed to. They're like, I wasn't allowed to do drugs when I was that age.
How old is she?
11.
Probably. He has no idea. Anyway, she's like 11
I know that she's
years
over 10.
old, and she's spending lots and lots of time on Discord. To the point where she married a big-boobed anime chick.
Nice.
Randomly split it out on Christmas Day.
Well, that's actually also...
Like that's, your
melons.
parents going these kids on their phones and their...
Hey, whippersnappers!
Back in my day, we had a cell phone. It was a phone with a battery.
How's the railroads going? Have we built them yet? Because that's what you sound like.
This is before my time.
Anyway.
Old miser.
So anyway.
I am old miser.
So, Roblox, it's basically, you can make shit. But
Roblox, more like Ro sucks.
Anyway, that was Tristan. Anyway, you're supposed to be able to make games and sell games, but the problem is there's all sorts of shit. There's so much shit to actually go through. It's ridiculous. There's a stock market on there, unregulated.
Wait, wasn't there a dispute between Roblox and Apple because it was technically a store?
That too.
On their store.
Yes, it's a store
but Apple
on a
has
store.
It with everybody.
They do.
And then Epic came out with Core because they're like, hey, this idea is good. We're going to release our own one. If they have a game engine, then they have a game that acts like a game engine.
Also, the idea is that you're a kid, you're learning how to do programming and stuff, except that the Roblox engine does not relate to any other engine, so you're not actually learning anything.
You're not learning anything else.
So it's
you actually have proper studios developing.
Yes.
You've got kids making games in there. You got adults making games, but then you got full-blown studios that are making games and actually technically making money out of this by being in the top tier.
Yeah. So it's a whole shit show. And then also there's all the things like they closed down their forums because they couldn't stop all the abuse. And so they were like, no, we do not support any forums elsewhere. So everyone just goes to Discord. It's not our problem because we're not Discord. So fuck it.
And then
shit happens on Discord.
If there's sex criminals on Discord, that's not our problem.
That's Discord's problem.
That's Discord's problem. But yeah, so that's Roblox. Roblox is cut. So... next one, which is beautiful, is Ubisoft. Ubisoft, the rape company.
Get it because they be soft.
There's literal rape happened, which is also great, and lots of sexual harassment. Not great. It's ironic.
Shut up.
So all of these people.
It's called sarcasm.
Yeah, you're the one to talk.
So
I'm good at sarcasm.
Basically, lots of developers got moved around because basically what would happen is I'm a manager here. I maybe did a bit of a sex crime, fondled someone or sexual harassment, and then the management above me goes, fuck. Like, we're going to move him to a new studio, like the Catholic fucking church. We're going to move you somewhere else. And then it's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, they have forced arbitration, so you can't go to, the court and sue someone. You have to go to the company, HR, and then they're supposed to deal with it, which they don't. They just ignore it.
Like all companies. Basically.
And then all the executives know about it, and they just move people around.
What is this, a game of chess?
So Ubisoft is not great, but then Ubisoft was clever about this, because they went, fuck, okay, we're being called out, we're just going to release our games, we're going to be quiet, we're going to get rid of the people who've done this, and we're just going to wait it out because people have short memories. So anyway, Activision Blizzard then happened. And Activision Blizzard didn't learn from Ubisoft because they kept on making mistakes. So first off, Activision Blizzard, people came forward being like, okay, so sexual abuse, sexual assault, blah, 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 blah. Then the government started investigating them, and you can't lie.
Several government
agencies, about 3 agencies I think,
yeah.
start suing them and being like, cool, you need to tell your employees that they're allowed to speak to us. And the company, the executives were like, you shouldn't speak to them because it's bad. And the government comes out being like, that's illegal to say that. And they're like, I'm not saying it. So there were all sorts of, like, there was literally a suicide that happened because of someone basically sexually assaulting a woman, which they haven't answered for. And now people are starting to be like, well, they then went, we are zero tolerance to any of this abuse stuff. We know it's all bad. Literally the next day, Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, accusations came out about he verbally and physically assaulted people, knew about abusers, moved them around, tried to cover up for them, and the board were like, okay, yesterday we said zero tolerance for abuse. Bobby doesn't count. He doesn't count. He's fine. He's fine. Also, Bobby Kotick is hilarious because Bobby Kotick, I have to bring every time you bring Bobby Kotick, people put devil horns on him and post pictures of him with devil horns, and he got very angry and asked the internet to please stop doing that because it's hurting his dating life. Because people Google him and they see him with devil horns, and they're like, why do people put devil horns on you? And he's like, it's a hit piece. They're coming after me just because I covered up some rapes.
Yeah, exactly. He's an ass.
So, not a great guy. But yes, that is... And then basically it just kept on going wrong. They were like... They decided, okay, you know what we should do? We should promise a bunch of our developers raises. We should say, cool, in a few months, you're going to get raises. Everything's going to be great. Lol, you're all fired.
What?
So they did that. That was like last month. So shit's been going on. And unlike Ubisoft, they don't just keep quiet. They keep doing things. So it's not
they do,
great.
and the thing is, you can't. You have to laugh at this because a lot of things happen. I mean, Activision got so scared that they started pulling their name off of products.
They pulled their name off of the latest Call of Duty.
But wait, hold on, wait.
So they released Call of Duty, but their name isn't on the box.
And companies are starting to
But they
rethink
still
their
released
relationship
it.
with them. We're at the point where...
Yeah, it wasn't great because like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo came up being like,
hey,
Activision Blizzard's a bunch of shits, and we don't support this.
But that's like the equivalent of releasing a Samsung TV and be like, oh, we're not gonna put Samsung on.
Yeah,
no, it's just a TV.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
it's not gonna change that it's a Samsung TV just because you have to put the fucking label on it.
But yeah,
you bought it from Samsung.
That's child abuse right there.
Yeah.
What?
Samsung.
Because Samsung?
No. Because I'm pretty sure they're also part of the electronics child labor market.
Oh yeah, no, obviously. They all are.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, that was what did not make that connection for the first bit.
But that's I landed the plane there.
But that's like every single company.
Yeah.
But that is pretty much the news, other than acquisitions, which we'll do later. And there's a lot of those. But those are the big news stories that happened this year. So,
wasn't there? Oh no! But the biggest news.
What was the biggest news?
Wasn't there a particular Japanese Italian birthday?
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
There was a Mario birthday, wasn't there?
There was a Mario birthday, but I thought that wasn't big news.
It was big news. Well, it wasn't so much big news. It was also my man Link's birthday. But we don't care about him.
No. Oh yes,
What?
I did forget about that. Yeah, it was Link. It was Legend of Zelda's birthday, which was not mentioned, but it was Mario's birthday, and they mentioned Mario.
But like they did a big
unfair.
time.
That's a little unfair. But I suppose Mario is actually more popular than
Yeah.
than that. So.
Shame. Poor puppy.
So sad.
So anyway, that's the news. So, should we talk about games? Should we start with you? Perhaps?
Okay, sure.
What did you play? What was shit? What was great?
Oh, let's definitely start with what was shit, because that one's recent.
That's your worst game.
Yo,
this
man.
Year.
But that was the worst game I've played this year. Sorry, for some context, okay? I played a lot of games this year, okay? And we got, my husband and I, we got Green Hell, thinking, the Forest was such a great game, and, we like the building mechanics and all of that. So we're like, oh, this is just like a more realistic sort of the forest with like tigers and technically it's not a tiger, it's a
Jaguar.
Jaguar, that's the one. and like scorpions and poisonous frogs and stingrays in the water, and then obviously another type of cannibal type race or some other native
They're just tribal,
race.
they're not cannibals.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but anyway, the point is, we played it. I think the first time we played it was like 3 or 4 hours we played the game, and then we were just like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? We enjoyed it for a little while, trying to figure out how it was going, and then it just sort of moved us to another part of the map, and we were like, yeah, I think we need to start again. So then we were like, okay, cool, we stopped playing, you know, we carried on with life for a bit. Then we thought to ourselves, do you remember that time we said we were going to play again? Yeah, let's try again, let's go for it. So we started again, and I think we spent like 6 hours or something like this on this game just to realize you die so often. This is on easy, first of all. Easy! Okay? Playing on easy, you die within like, I think we died like 5 minutes into spawning, to be honest with you, from the Jaguar. Straight up, 5 minutes, died, everything gone. Fuck's sake. And it scared the shit out of me. I mean, like, I screamed. I was like, shit!
Although, weren't you scared of Metro?
Yeah, but this is not the same.
I didn't even get to finish that game for it.
But anyway, then basically what happened was we played a bit, died again, obviously. And I mean, like, the half the time you spent just gathering water, trying to find water anywhere without dying, and then trying to find food. It's another fucking problem altogether. But then came the building, which in hindsight looks like it's really fun, right? But then, you know, you put up this wall, you know, you want to build a brick wall. So, for example, clay wall, you want to use mud and clay to make a wall, right? First, you have to build a wall made of sticks, long sticks, okay? And only then can you put brick on or clay, which takes forever, first of all, to actually make the stuff. And only then does it turn into a wall. Now, the catch comes when you go and chop down that tree, which takes a little while. You know, it's like 6 hits with an axe, right?
Takes a lot of stamina.
Yeah,
Takes
you pretty much like all of it. It's ridiculous.
And you have to sleep. Your man
we
sleeps,
turned that
all
off,
the time.
and it was still like, ugh. So basically, you'll get insomnia, basically, and then you're like going insane. So basically, you went to a tree. You've used like it takes you like 20 seconds, 10 seconds to knock down a tree, right? This tree drops between 1 and 2 long sticks. And a few little sticks. The wall costs you about 8 to 9 sticks. For one tiny ass wall. So when you're going there,
max at a time.
and you can and I'm not gonna lie, I used to go around, and the trees take almost 2 real life hours to regrow. I'm like, oh my god, I have to run so far
And that's if
for
you
1
have
to 2
regrowing
sticks.
trees activated.
And it's like a tiny little wall. It's like one little square. One little fucking square. Oh, it was so irritating after a while. It's like, oh my god, all I'm doing is chopping down trees, running around dying, chopping down trees, running around dying. And all I completed is 1.5 fucking walls. In 6 hours.
It's a nice event.
I was so pissed about it. You don't understand. I got so pissed that when we finished playing that game, I actually left a review on Steam.
No,
fucking negative review on Steam. I was like, guys, it is just not worth playing in the state the game is in. And when I died, the one time, I respawned on top of a rock. I could climb down. Great, I climbed down. I got stuck behind absolutely nothing. I mean, like, I couldn't move. There was no rocks in between me. It was a clear forest, and I couldn't fucking move past this forest.
I mean, that sounds like a Bethesda game.
You can't die. I mean, like, you have to wait for yourself to starve or dehydrate to death. You can't kill yourself in any way. There's no way to force a respawn. You gotta wait. I mean, like, it takes a while when you're doing fuck all, except of standing there trying to get out of the fucking glitch. I'm like, I just spent hours playing this game, and if I don't get back to my stuff, Tristan came across this 100 times when you were dying.
The stuff despawns.
Before you can even get back to your body.
Its despawn time is shorter than the despawn time of the resources that you cut down. So I die, I get back, and my stuff is already flickering away. My axe.
So bad, and they're hard to find. The things are hard to find. God, it was so aggravating. I hate that fucking game.
But I will say this, at least. It's got great mechanics for a survival game. But the problem is, people have said on in the reviews, don't think about building a base if you're playing story, because they're going to move you all over the map. So just make little huts everywhere, because there's no point in going any further than that. Because I mean, like, it takes so long to build a base, and when you finally have a base, you have to walk to the other end of the map, and the villagers attack you and they tear down your base, even if you're not there.
Motherfuckers.
So now here's something which will be funny to me. Okay, this is for a non-gamer like Nina. Okay.
Nina's
this
a hardcore gamer.
She's a hardcore gamer. Yeah, she's sorry.
100%,
She's hardcore.
100%.
Now, you guys were complaining about saying this game shit. How many hours did you play?
10 hours. 10 hours. Literally, the first time was like 3 to 4.
I've sunk 13 hours into that game. Trying to make it work.
So 10 hours,
we
13
tried,
hours.
Man, and after
so,
10 hours,
Nina,
I can't fucking do this.
As someone who doesn't really play games, something that's shit for 13 hours, would you keep playing?
I don't fucking get it.
When you want a game to be really good,
like,
you give it a chance.
Like, do you guys have like issues with your mental health? Do you want to kill yourselves? Do you need help? Are you suicidal? Talk to a friend. Reach out. Don't do this to yourself.
I bought it. I'm getting my money's worth.
Yes, exactly. In hindsight, you bought the game and you want it to be what you paid for.
Do you know how many times I bought a very pretty dress and then I get home and I look at myself and I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And I throw it out. I give it to charity. I don't wear it!
If only we could just return it. That would be great.
No,
in my defense, I got it as a birthday present.
You don't keep playing something if you hate it that much. Don't wear it if it makes you look fat.
The problem is it only took us to the end of that 10 hours to realize how shit this game was.
We were just tired of trying to make it good.
Yeah, I know. You literally kept complaining that I was complaining about the game. You're like, stop complaining. It's not that bad. At the end of the night, man, that was a shit game. I'm like, I fucking told you.
Yes.
We're playing the game, and I'm telling you it's shit.
I wasn't complaining about it the whole
You
time.
did right at the end. You complained a shit ton about it.
And then we stopped. Point proven. It was not for me.
Anyway,
not for me. It's like Justin and Just Cause. Not for him.
Our games.
Okay.
Or ukulele.
For him. Next year, I am willing to, if this happens again, call me. I will refund you 1 game per year, so you don't have to do this. So that you guys don't have to go through this.
It's cock, I must admit.
I really appreciate it.
That's
Thank
very
you.
sweet, though.
I really appreciate it.
That's my Christmas gift.
Justin, you're gonna have to get more tutoring done, eh?
Yeah.
I played other games.
Yeah. Also, Nina, next year I will get you the KFC game.
Oh yeah, KFC.
But it's
game.
It's free. I already have it in my library.
No, but
I do. I played the whole thing.
I don't actively do things. I am a very passive person. I'm like, oh yeah, I will play that. No, Justin will put it on my phone, and he's gonna give the phone to me and be like, press this button, and then I will start playing it. That's what he means.
Well, I mean, you played through I think 1 or 2 of full levels of Little Orpheus, which you're enjoying.
Okay,
Orpheus.
Remind me.
I didn't even know what that
little
is.
Russian cosmonaut guy, dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh, that was so scary. Oh my god. I was so scared. I can't with the suspense. I thought I was gonna die the whole time.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
No, I can't. I am not good with things like that.
Okay, so, Nicole, that was your worst one.
Yeah, no.
So what was good?
So, throughout the whole year, there wasn't much released this year that was
there was
good,
a lot
though.
released this year.
No, but I mean, besides the obvious
ones,
it doesn't
have to be things that wasn't released this year.
Yeah, I know, but it kind of feels like
it
does.
But no, it doesn't be things released this year. What did you play this year?
But then I'm just going to speak what I played last because it was really awesome.
Okay, what's that?
So I'm actually still playing it at the moment. It's a game called Buster Fellows, which is a bit of a strange name, but it is a visual novel game.
No, it's not like Buster Rhyme.
No, not at all.
Buster Line.
It's basically the main character is a female, and she can go back in time, but only for a very short time, like an hour or 2. Basically, she can only go back that far. And basically, what happens is she starts off in this world where you meet a guy named Limbo, which is actually, he's a lawyer, but for criminals, and he will get them off the hook and things
So
like
his
that.
name is Limbo and people hire him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he's like,
hilarious.
Does he have a long waiting time?
He's like Better Call Saul. Yeah, he's like Better Call Saul, I suppose.
But yeah, no, he's pretty epic. But you meet quite a few of the other ones. You meet a guy named Scarecrow, which is...
And his arch
he's
nemesis,
a hacker.
Batman.
He's a hacker, actually. Then you meet a guy named Mizo, I think. And he is a emotionless... what do you call those people that... I don't know what it's called.
What, nihilist?
No,
They don't care.
they do the autopsies and things. What do they call it?
Coroner.
Yes,
Coroner.
he's like an emotionless coroner, obviously.
I was gonna say Morganer.
Morganer.
Like
that he's a Morganer. I'm going with that from now on. Okay, and then there's another guy named Helvetica, which is he's kind of like, you know, those people that take on other people's appearances to do heists and things like that. I don't know what you call them. I forgot the name of that too. But he can basically change his voice to sound like a female. So in the things that they do, he plays a female in most of them. And then the last guy's name is Shu, and he is a bounty hunter of bounty hunters. But basically,
very meta.
It's a mystery type game, and basically you go through these guys. They basically try and correct wicked things that happen to those that are evil, in a sense, or between good and evil, obviously. So I mean, like, they'll out corporations and things like that for doing side arms deals and things like that, and all the corrupt part of the companies and things. But they only do it for a fee. So they basically the Robin Hoods of the area.
Robin Hood for hire.
Commit the criminal
That
acts.
defeats the purpose of Robin Hood.
Yeah, ask Robin Hood that.
If they hire it to be Robin
No.
Hoods.
They hire themselves by doing it, committing the act of outing the corporation, and then taking the money.
That's not hiring them, though. That's just
It's their payment for the act.
exploiting.
Yeah, but anyway, so
That's
most of the
work.
time they're actually pretty bad people that they do it for. But again, it's work for them. But yeah, so that's actually, the whole story is actually a romance thing.
It's a visual novel, of course. It's
Yes,
a romance
It's
thing.
amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And each of them
There's
have
a lot of
their own
subplot going on here.
Every
There's
single
a lot
one
of
of the
subplots.
people are romanceable, and every single one of them has a different storyline.
You know what?
So after the second chapter, each chapter is different from the previous thing. So it's like
I mean,
watching a
I
movie.
suppose it's also BioWare. You're like, yeah, sure, it's a fantasy adventure.
It's still romance.
But you can also fuck everyone.
There's a mod for that.
There's a mod for everything. But yeah, no, that game for me is really fun. I've gotten through 2 walkthroughs, romance walkthroughs, so I've gotten to the good endings of each. I'm on the 3rd one now. They are very, very good. The storyline is really cool when you actually get into it. But yeah, no, I love those type of games. So
I know.
I like the Nintendo DS ones.
That's also why you like the KFC one.
KFC one was fucking hilarious. I loved it. Oh my god. But yeah, no, those are definitely my types of games. So I thoroughly enjoy them. But no, I don't really enjoy the plain adventure ones. I like the romance side of it because it's actually really cute. But yeah.
Very anime.
Aw, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
So, Nina.
Nina's turn.
What hardcore games have you played? She mostly plays like hentai games.
Really?
No.
I'm surprised.
What's it? The Day of the Tentacle.
Oh my god.
Tim Schafer would be furious.
Good.
What
So,
game have you played that you thought was
You don't
really
need to know the
shit?
names.
Yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to explain it. Okay, so there is little blocks.
Hmm?
Little blocks. And each of them is a different color. And in the beginning it looks all like mangled and like it's just random pixels basically. And then you start moving them around.
Mm.
And you get a pattern and you're like, oh, actually all of this is like purple going into pink, going into orange, and then when you're done, you see like the bigger picture. And yeah, So it's like basically you need to know your colors very well. So I can see the undertones and colors like really, really well. I can see if this orange is more yellow or more red, or if a pink is more purple or more red. So it's easy for me to pick it out and like put it in its right place, and then then you see like a bigger picture.
And as an aside, I literally cannot play these games because I cannot see shades unless they're next to each other.
Yeah, well, that
I
comes with
can't
us
see
wearing
it.
glasses, my friend.
Yeah, we're bad eyes.
Yeah.
She also has to wear glasses, but she's like an arts
I-
Yeah,
person.
but we're the only
So
two
she knows
people
colour.
wearing here that actually wear glasses. Well,
I'm just like...
I know blue,
I'm like,
and
there's
green.
red and blue, and she's like,
Yeah.
no, that's like...
indigo,
Mauve.
violet.
You gotta
know-
feel color.
Yeah, see, here's another one. Here's another one of the artsies.
Like Tristan's shirt is green, but it has some brown
It's
and
gonna go
yellow
olive green.
undertones.
This is gunmetal.
What?
Gunmetal green.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Usually when I think of gunmetal, I think of gunmetal silver, but yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
gunmetal green, yeah.
To me, that's olive green.
It is like an olive.
Yeah,
But
it's
you see,
very
I would
olive.
just call it an olive green, but she's
Yeah,
like...
I
but
just
she-
call it an olive
But she's
green.
like, I
also
know it's
the
got this
green
undertone.
of the shirts that you used to wear for the Vietnam soldiers.
Mm.
That's the kind of green
Olive
it
green.
is. It's just it's getting a little bit more intense
so it's
now,
like-
so
it's
I
like-
just
so
get
it's like-
lighter after watching
So it's
it.
like failed war green.
It's not failed war green.
It's failed war
This
green.
isn't
Failed
what
war
7
green.
days in Fallujah.
They didn't wear green, it's a desert. You've been fucking sticking out.
Yeah, that might be a bit obvious, eh?
So what else? Is that your fave?
Yeah, that's the game I enjoy, and I finished it. I finished all the puzzles, so now I wait week by week for them to release 3 new puzzles every now and then. And I got so trained in it that it's sad. It's not really a challenge anymore because I can like check it and I'm like, okay, that one goes there, that one goes there.
I remember when she got this game, she just sat there playing it endless, and then she finished it, and she was just like
Aw.
distraught.
Oh,
It's
but
like reading a
actually,
book.
I forgot that they made like a little upgrade of the game, and so it's a picture, and then you click on like, let's say it's a picture of a house, and then you click on the roof, and then it gives you like a puzzle with all reds, and then you like have to sort the reds, and then you like get the color of the roof filled in, and then you click on the bricks, and then
You can tell me that.
yeah,
That's
and then
great.
you at the end you have like a whole little pretty screensaver that you can put on your phone or whatever. So
I have a
Yeah.
game that you're gonna like. There's a game that was released. It's like a cute little sort of 2D looking game that you're basically looking at I think it's called like Unpacking or something like that. And it's, you see like, you know in the Sims where you make it like half walls? You see like a room similar like that with a person in it and a box. And inside the box is all these little things that fit in this room. And you basically complete the puzzle of the room, and then it goes to a new room, and it gets bigger and bigger into this bigger house and things like that.
that
It's so
sounds like
cute.
fun.
On PC.
And it is beautiful. Yeah, it's on PC, but it's a beautiful, cute little game. I mean,
You
like
want
the
that?
style is
yeah.
I get that,
cartoony, graphic, but it's it's beautiful, lots of colors, and it's a really pretty game.
I mean, other than that, she's like a big Dota player.
Oh,
Yeah, but-
Really?
No.
What
The thing is, when
What bullshit
okay,
she
what
says.
what actually
bullshit.
was great, because like Nina doesn't really know games. What'll happen is she meet someone, and they say, "I'm a gamer." So then she has now learned from me if someone says, "I'm a gamer," and you ask them, "What games?"
Yeah.
I've taught you the red flag ones.
Like Dota.
You're like, so what are some of the Dota?
Dota, Call of Duty, anything that is a multiplayer shooter.
Most of them. I think I told you League of Legends. It's also
No.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he teach you FIFA?
Yeah, I was going to say.
yes.
All sports
All
games.
sports games.
All sports games.
Yeah.
Stupid waste of time. Go
That's-
outside and
that's
fucking play them.
Those are pretty much the main
Some of them
ones.
don't have friends, so just leave them alone.
Yeah, I think those are the main ones.
Don't
Go
insult
keep
our
them all
audience.
yourself.
Don't insult our audience. Some people don't have legs. They can't have legs.
Okay, first of all, that is a very minute. That's a very minute amount.
Our audience is very minute.
It is.
That's just
Very
rude.
specific.
We have an audience.
Not really.
Okay.
Not yet. We
For
will
now,
soon.
we're screaming into the void.
Doesn't it feel good though? I think it feels
Eventually, the void screams back, so it's good.
Yeah.
We'll find out
Advertising
that
to
day.
us.
Yeah.
Trying to get us to buy their product.
So, Tristan, what about you?
See, I don't have like the worst game or the best game of
Yeah.
the year. I have the worst game moment and the best game moment. So let's talk about worst game moment because I was a little bit late to this, but when I found out, it crushed me. Destiny 2.
Oh no.
Now, I was there before this Bungie split from Activision Blizzard, and I enjoyed the game when it was like that. It was very similar to most MMORPGs where you have a leveling system, and as you reach high levels, you get better gear, and you get to wear the better gear or use the better gear. Your looter shooter at its finest for me. I formed a really good connection with it. I loved it. The thing that got me into it was the story. Nathan Fillion being one of the best characters in there. Mwah! Beautiful.
I didn't know Nathan Fillion was
Yes.
He's super
Beautiful.
cool.
Unfortunately, you'll never know. This is why it's a sad moment. So they split off from Bungie. Bungie split off from Activision Blizzard, and then they kind of reinvented the game. Now the leveling system is gone. Everybody starts at the highest level. Yep. The loot system is there, but it doesn't feel as strong because you're not leveling. You just have everything as high loot, and then you get just rarer loot. So now the level of the loot is not important, but the gear score of the loot is important. Like the quality of the loot. And they cut out a large sections of the story. That was disheartening because I love the ability to level up. You also got a lot of the prehistory, like if you didn't play Destiny 1, you would get a little bit of knowledge of Destiny 1 and be able to patch together things from it, and then continue straight into Destiny 2, making it open to more people. That was great. And then something happened in my birthday month. I know it was before this year and before last year, but they announced that they will not be going forward with the Red War, which is the start of Destiny 2, and they will be instead to make space for more content, not archiving it, but removing, just cutting it, gone, no preservation. The only way to get the Red War now is to get a cracked version of the game that was before that time, and it's really sad because that Red War campaign is what got me into Destiny 2. It was my main drive. And then they start the new Destiny 2 with the death of Nathan Fillion's character.
Which was absolutely bullshit.
Killed him off. And you don't even get to... It was just like the thing happens where it starts with him dying. And then the game starts. And you're just like... The best campaign and the best character are gone now. And it broke me. And I know I'm late to it, but this year... That broke me so much because it was the one thing that I loved Destiny 2 about.
Nathan Fillion inside that game was amazing.
Yep. Also, by the way, that reminds me of Oblivion, where they got Patrick Stewart to come in to just voice a guy who gets killed in the first 10 minutes.
No, but the thing is,
that's so dumb.
The Red War makes you so connected to the characters, and especially Nathan Fillion's character. You got so personally invested as your best bud, and then you start off, now that the Red War is gone, you start off with him dying before you can do anything about it. And that was the trailer. That was the trailer to the intro trailer to now the new Destiny 2. That was soul crushing.
It was a letdown as hell, man.
My best moment this year will have to be finishing Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Yes, there's lots of bugs. Yes, it was a laughing stock. But I think people rush the trend of making fun of it and hating on it. But once you get that story going and you're invested in characters, they're so real. Like the way the dialogue interacts with you, right? I think it surpasses what we had in Mass Effect. Because I've played Mass Effect, I've played the Legendary Editions. I can honestly say the way you connect with the characters in Cyberpunk is brilliant.
I love that game.
That is the trumpet. Yes, obviously I ran into bugs. Obviously the game crashed with me multiple occasions.
But it was so worth
there were
it.
some disappointing times. There were some funny times. But the main thing is the way you interacted with the characters in that world was spot on for me, and it would be my best gaming moment. And now you know both my worst gaming moment and my best gaming moment of the year.
Well, for me, I'll say 3. One I played too much was BPM, bullets per minute. I've played games.
Still bad at it.
No, I'm quite good.
Yeah, I saw your videos.
That wasn't.
I saw the video and the comp. Wait, you were too chicken to put on your own content. Actually,
No, the reason for that is because the game has to run at least 60 FPS for it to be competent. For some reason, it runs at uncapped frame rate on my PC until I start capturing footage. Then it drops to below 30 and it looks like shit.
You were just too chicken.
I'm also too chicken. I'm terrible. No, I put in my own footage for like Severed Steel and I look terrible and I was shit at that.
Yeah.
But it was great. But anyway, BPM, I'm still playing it. I finish games and I move on and I play something else. That, I'm like, okay, I found a game I can just play over and over and over. It is so great. It is so great, and I love it, and I think they've stopped working on it. And to make it the next game, which makes me kind of sad, but I'm still like, cool. Also, why did your last update make it more unstable? And why will you not put out a new fucking update?
Why would you patch it?
But yes, BPM. Best game did not come out this year, but my best game was Disco Elysium. Because I got to be...
The director's cut.
Yes, I played director's cut. Well, actually what happened was I started playing it, and it was announced that in 2 weeks, the director's cut would come out with full voice acting, and I was like...
Guess I'll stop
I'm
here.
just gonna wait. And then I played it. I was a sad Marxist cop. It was fucking great. I was sad. I died in the first 5 minutes because I touched a fan. Which you shouldn't do because I was drunk, and I touched it, and my guy had a heart attack and died. Which
you wouldn't think we
That's
do.
unique.
You know what? Fuck it. Best fucking game. Also, best moment in the game. It kills you, but it was fucking hilarious. You have your partner who's like very straight faced. He's like, yes, now I'm a professional cop. And your guy's like, I don't have money to sleep in the like hotel. And so you walk to the dumpster and you open the dumpster, and the guy's just like, don't do this. And you're like, I must. And you climb in. It's the saddest little thing. And the guy's just like, well, good evening, detective. And you're like, good evening. And it closes. And then it just said, you died in the night. I was like,
That's
It doesn't
harsh.
have to be about what.
No.
You just
fucking
died. You died.
so, great game. 10 out of 10. Died in the first 5 minutes. And there's also so many great characters. And it's wonderful. And I was a Marxist and I got into fights with everyone. I also...
Like your usual self.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then also, I mean, I got to have an argument with a racist, which you don't get to do very often in games.
Yeah.
2 different types of racist.
Okay.
Fat racist and muscular racist. It was
Okay.
great. Great game. Anyway, now,
Alright.
that is... Have you played it?
No.
I think you did play. You didn't play.
No.
None
You
of
must
us
play.
here besides you
Why?
have played.
You have to play the
No.
fucking game.
No.
It is...
No.
You know what? You know
You
what's
won't
actually...
play my games.
No, because your games are shit.
I will play
Um,
it if you play a game that's modded. If you play modded Skyrim, I will play it.
You
Oh
see, but
my God,
no,
modded
no,
Skyrim
no,
is
you know what?
awful.
I played Skyrim once, finished it, I tried to play it again, and I got bored.
No, you gotta play the modded Skyrim. You
You
gotta
gotta
play the modded
play,
Skyrim.
then I'll play
Trust
the
me.
Elysium.
Trust me. I've
This
played,
is the bullshit I have to put up with.
I have played Skyrim many different times, and yes, sometimes I get bored because I've played it all, finished every single quest except for the repeatable ones. And then this man modded my Skyrim. And I don't even know what I'm playing anymore. It is the most awesome game ever. But again, it's 120 mods.
Okay,
So-
okay, fine. Maybe sometime I
It
will. And
was
then you play
so
Disco Elysium.
God amazing.
Yes.
It is literally one of the
I'll
funniest.
fucking finish ukulele if I have to get
Don't
you to
do
play
that.
modded
'Cause that's the
games.
next one I'm talking about. Don't play ukulele. But Disco Elysium, fucking hilarious. It is one of the funniest games I've ever played. It's great.
I
And
still think Stanley Parable's the more funniest ones for me.
that is also funny, but this is much longer and funnier. So it goes for longer.
And then
Yeah.
there's that other one that they released. Not just...
Beginner's Guide.
No, it was like something...
Dr.
Kosky.
Langskov,
The
The
tiger.
gem and the
yeah, it's fucking long name.
But it was
Um,
amazing as well.
It was amazing, but it was like 15 minutes long.
Oh, I wish they had longer ones.
I could
That's
never
so
find
great.
all those little person things.
Oh, I
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
every single fucking one.
So, best game of the year, ukulele. My all-time favorite. I was so excited about this game. I should not be excited. Excitement leads to disappointment. I got it, and I was like, I'm so excited. I literally have tattoos of mascot platformers. This is a mascot platformer, a new one. I know, it's terrible.
Sorry, he's peeling. I
I'm
couldn't
peeling.
help myself.
I pointed at my beautiful peeling. That's not a
It's very
euphemism.
appealing.
While we're talking about mascot platformers.
We're talking about mascot platformers, so I was super excited. Get ukulele. It's shit. It was terrible. I hated it. It was just wandering around a big map trying to find things. There was no story. It's crap. It also has that irritating thing which Nintendo liked to do back in the day, where the characters don't have voices. They just go.
Oh God, that is so annoying.
I was very angry.
Like Magica.
I played like 2 hours of it because also you see, there's a difference, Nina. There's a difference between me and these people. I played 2 hours of a game I desperately wanted to be good, and I hated it, uninstalled it. They played 10 to 13 hours of it.
No, wait, I can beat you. I can actually beat you. Okay? Do you remember when The Elder Scrolls Online was coming out? And how hyped that was. And how exciting it was.
Forgot that existed.
I got into the beta play of that game. That game, back when we had 2 megabyte line here, I was staying in my room. That game was 30 gig. And a 1 megabyte to 2 megabyte line, that takes forever to fucking download. I waited. I couldn't play it on the weekend, so I waited Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday I got to play it. I played it for 30 minutes, I uninstalled the game.
You see, but that's good, at least you know your worth.
I was like, this is the most disappointing I've ever been in a game in my life.
Well, you know what?
I installed it and I was like, I vowed to never play it again. I still played it again for another hour.
This is actually the thing as well. This is Oblivion was like that to me. So where I was like, no, this is the days when you buy a fucking game and that's all my money. So I'm gonna play it. I was really bored of Oblivion and I played 75 hours.
Yeah, you see.
I finished this.
I have never played a game
I finished
for that long.
all of it.
Me too. I finished all of it. That was the exact one I had, the anniversary edition.
All of it.
It's
and I loved every bit.
The only good one is that it's the last expansion.
The Shivering Isles.
Yes, that's the only good part.
No. The part I loved about it is that the skills ability was uncapped. So if you kept on doing something and leveling it up,
yes, but that was also bullshit.
So I could jump over mountains or over hills.
No, you see, I understand that, but what happened was I kept on just trying to up. You just do a regular magic spell over and over again, and it increases your thing. So my skill level went high, super high, and I was like, this is great. And then I left that area, and all the enemies had leveled up with me.
Because
games like that are so
And then I had to put it on easy because I literally couldn't hit anyone. I hit them, and they hit me once, and I was dead. And I was like, okay, this is broken.
Unfucking balanced.
So,
but at the same time, you could shoot arrows into the sky, and more arrows would come down.
At least with Skyrim, I got to be sneaky cat lady.
I know, I must be honest. Skyrim and sneaking was like the first time I played it. I got to that starting area where there's that big bridge across the water, right, with the tower on each end, and you could actually see the people walking on the actual bridge. I used to crouch there, pull out my bow, and I'd aim for the person right at the top. And then it went into slow-mo, and it hit the person in the head, and I was like, oh, that was amazing! I want to do it again! And it's such a chance to get something like that.
See, these nerds.
I had a more average response. I played Oblivion. I loved it. So I knew in my mind, shit is going to scale with you. I see a big guy over there. I connect. Okay, shit's going to scale with you because in the previous 2 games, things only came up as they scaled. Little did I know that the Dragonborn could be airborne.
I know exactly where it's going with this.
Because it was a giant that I stumbled across who taught me the constellations firsthand.
The first lesson of Skyrim.
Time you meet giants.
The first lesson of Skyrim. You get knocked off a
And
mountain.
I was thinking, it scales to your level. These guys are gonna be like, I'm fighting dogs. I'm good. I'm fighting wolves. No,
those guys are cockstrong.
By the way, that is the same.
I think I replayed it 3 times. First of all, not my fault. I replayed it 3 times. And only after the 3rd time replaying did I realize that when you starting footage, you could go around the mountain. I used to just go right there and run past the troll every time.
Well,
and even better, I remember in the beginning you had no idea you could run.
Yes, I didn't know. I didn't know you could sprint, and you could tab caps lock, and you have like a walk.
Yeah, but
and
you
then
didn't
you
know
run. I didn't know you could sprint.
But you know what? The best gaming story I've ever heard in my life came from you talking about your father playing Skyrim.
Oh yeah, big time.
Where he just walks around that fucking huge map.
Walks.
And he will clean out everything.
Yes.
Everything in your summit.
Which is adorable. He must have like hundreds of hours.
And the only fast travel he knew of was the carriages. I didn't tell him that there was fast travel.
But now that he knows, does he use it?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it is.
No. He's playing special edition now.
Yeah, it's playing special edition.
And
Well-
he does the exact same shit.
Well, those are all the games played. So, should we talk about the acquisitions?
The second half to our channel.
Yeah, we're the acquisitions cast.
It's time
as
for
well.
the rap.
I can't rap.
You can't rap.
I'm very white.
Actually, you're more like red.
At the moment.
You're more like a tomato, a peeled tomato.
a peeled tomato. Because I'm sour.
Aren't tomatoes bitter?
No, they're just
No.
gross. I want
Yeah,
to eat
I'm with you. I'm
tomato.
with you on that.
I love tomatoes.
Yeah, you're allowed
But
to
I
be
think
wrong.
you're the only one here.
You're allowed to be wrong, yo.
That
Cheeky
was a harsh
bastard.
one.
So,
So
no, I'm sure they are to people. So, we'll just start with Tencent, because Tencent was the boss. Tencent, gigantic Chinese company, they're like, cool, we don't make games, we just buy people who make games, which is cool. They bought Jaeger, Crytek, Stunlock Studios, Sumo Group.
No, you can't just fire them off like that.
Oh, well.
You gotta give a game.
Okay, fine. Okay, so Jaeger made Spec Ops The Line, Crytek made Crysis, and also the first Far Cry. Stunlock Studios, fucking no idea. Sumo Group is one. It's actually, this is a funny
Sumo
thing.
wrestling?
No, Sumo Group is actually a company that buys companies that makes games. So Tencent
Wow,
bought a
guys.
company that buys companies that.
That buys games.
Yeah.
Like babushka dolls.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I
So
get the
yeah,
point.
they have like a bunch of indies
The
that
Russian doll
they
company.
control. They bought part of From Software, which is Dark Souls people.
Oh.
They bought part of Platonic, which made my favorite game, Yooka-Laylee. And they also bought
Should they?
Wake Up. I have no fucking idea what they do, but it's a game company.
Is the company called Wake Up?
It's called Wake Up. Wake up, sheeple! It's just called Wake Up. But
Oh no, not sheeple
Yeah.
again.
so that is Tencent. Also, Tencent was hurt a lot because China decided from now on kids could only play like half an hour a day of games, and
What?
then Tencent stocks went down.
That's shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
They lost a lot. So
China's weird.
China can be rather weird. Zynga, who made Farmville back in the day.
I loved Farmville. It's such a great game on Facebook. Until Facebook has shit games now.
Yeah. But they bought Etch-a Games.
What's that?
No idea.
Etch-a-Sketch. They must have made the Etch-a-Sketch.
They also bought Starlark. I don't know what they do
I don't
either.
know what that is. I'm sorry.
No, me neither. Epic Games, they bought Mediatonic. Mediatonic are the people that made Little Big Planet, which is a PlayStation exclusive, so if you don't know it.
That's interesting.
But you play a Sackboy, you're a
Let's
little
get
cute sack
Epic
with
to
you.
buy that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Didn't
I
they
don't
have
know why
like
they thought about
a number
that.
2, but it's like two strings or something like
No,
that.
but again,
Like there was
it's a PlayStation one.
there was a number 2
Possible.
there was co-op.
The first one's co-op as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they were both
This
co-op.
doesn't make sense for a computer
And
company like Epic
Oh,
to buy
are we
a
mentioning
Yeah,
non
it's weird.
game industry related acquisitions?
But here's
for
the best
Epic?
Unless
one.
they're planning
They
to do
also
something.
bought Harmonix, and Harmonix made Rock Band.
But isn't that
guitar.
also on Xbox?
Console, yeah. I don't know what they're...
Does Epic just take a hat, put all these
Epic
names
is
in
a
it, and just
strange
like,
company.
no, I'll
I
just
mean, they
throw
also
the
bought
Xbox and PS in
ArtStation.
there.
Can't
Fuck,
forget
man,
about
let's
that
put
one.
Nintendo
Yeah, I
in at the
didn't put
same time.
ArtStation in here, but that's good.
I mean,
Yes, they
like-
also bought ArtStation, which is not a game.
But wait, there's not a...
Um,
Epic, what the
Well, we
fuck?
just
So-
mentioned they bought a mall, so
No, but
And
again,
now-
like, at least the mall is, turned into an office. But I'm like, yeah, let's release Rock Band. Wait, we can't. We're on
Microsoft
PC.
famously bought Too Hot, as we all know. Never heard of Too Hot. They also bought Bethesda, which was the big one.
Yeah.
They bought
sad.
Bethesda. So, obviously, Bethesda made his come-to game, Skyrim,
I love Skyrim.
and Fallout.
Look,
which is
there's my
fun.
Skyrim stuff.
See, she's also a sad
huge
person.
but the thing is,
But
right?
I'm also walking.
Now they own, like I said, now they own. I just wanted to do this. Now they own Bethesda and Obsidian. Now they literally can just rip Fallout out of Bethesda's
Just give it
hand and
to...
be like,
I know.
Give it to back to Bethesda.
It would be beautiful. So,
I apologize. The cat is playing with the toilet roll.
okay, Embracer. Embracer, by the way, is another one of these companies. You've never heard of them because they buy companies that you have heard of.
Russian dolls.
But they bought Gearbox this year.
Oh,
Also, there's a funny little thing. Randy Pitchford is a fucking creep.
but didn't
And-
Gearbox go bankrupt?
No, I don't think so. But Randy Pitchford, the CEO, is a fucking creeper. He's a weirdo. He is an odd man who likes magic. And I don't mean like The Gathering. I mean magician shit. And then also, he lost the flash drive with company secrets. He lost it in a restaurant, and it had squirting porn on it. And he said, no, it's not squirting porn. She's doing a magic trick. So, he's a fucking weird man.
What I want to ask is, why even try to defend yourself?
Just say, I'm into it.
Yes. Why are you trying to cover it?
It's less weird. It's less weird.
And then why are you saying, no, company secrets? No, just say, it's a personal flash drive.
It's a personal flash drive.
Yeah, that's
if
strange.
seen, please don't put it into your computer.
Some squirting might occur.
But yeah,
God,
but he's just a weird, creepy man, and he's strange, and he also was a dickhead too, Jim Sterling. He's just a prick overall. He's an asshole.
Oh, you're your boy.
He hurt my boy. Like he's a prick. He's a weirdo, and he also, when Aliens Colonial Marines came out, he was like, no, the game being shit is not our fault. It's Sega. And then Sega was like, what the fuck? We paid you to make it. So, it's, yeah. And then
But the thing is, Alien Colonial Marines is a nice game. I like it.
It's one of the most panned games ever made.
No, it's amazing. It was really fun. It's a hell of a lot better than the other Aliens games.
Like Isolation?
Yeah. Okay.
That's just the scary game.
But
I feel personally that it's better than Fireteam Elite.
But that is. Because that's just Left 4 Dead with the alien skin. Anyway.
She said it, not me.
But it's true. It's crap. Literally, you could go and watch people play and you'd be like, oh my god, look, it's Left 4 Dead. Oh, but they're aliens instead of zombies. You could literally just copy-paste
and
images.
There's a better Left 4 Dead called World War Z.
I was going to say it's called Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
You just play Left 4 Dead, it's still around.
Still the same. Still just as great.
Also, by the way, you can't see this because it's an audio medium, but when I said squirting porn, Nina's eyes were big. She was like, what the fuck is weirdo?
There's nothing wrong with squirting porn.
No, it's his whole thing being it's a magic trick.
I'm not a bad person. In fact, that might be better for him in his dating life.
He should have just...
than Bobby Kotick's dating life.
It would have been better if he just owned it. And because if you own it, people are like, oh, okay, this person has some backbone.
And you move over.
Yeah.
You don't focus on it. You just move on.
Now we can just make fun of him for it.
Now he just made it. He just made it obvious.
Also, Randy Pitchford was like, he also did a whole thing, which was also lovely, where he refused to give people bonuses, and then he gave himself a nice big bonus because he's a CEO, so he can do that.
That's how people die.
Yeah, well, he did that. He was great. And then he was like, I will no longer be in charge of Gearbox. I'm stepping down. I will now be the head of, like, Gearbox Industries, which is the company that controls Gearbox. So he's still the CEO. It's just a workaround. Die.
It's like that point in Casino where...
Yeah, you give him a new name.
Yeah.
Move somewhere else. Yeah, no, it's great. Sony bought Evo. Evo's the fighting game competition. It's basically like...
I thought it was like a thing on, Evo.
No, not that.
Pull all the music.
ByteDance bought C4 Games, which is a very famous company. I don't know what they made.
Very, very famous.
Yeah, much like Focus Home Interactive. Focus Home Interactive is an interesting company. They make games that are broken but people like.
Like Bethesda.
They make story-driven games. That one,
like Bethesda.
Plague Tale Innocence, which is their latest game.
Never played it.
Yeah,
I wanted to play that.
Yeah, but they make games that are like really janky, but people like them because you get the European jank. It's that.
Book almost flew in your face.
Book almost flew in my face. Anyway, Stillfront, everyone's favorite company, bought Emirati. Anyway.
I don't know what others are, so...
Tiny Build. Okay, this is one we spoke about a lot. Tiny Build bought Bad Pixel versus Evil. We never heard of these. But they also bought a company called Red Cerberus, which is such a cool name. We were like,
such
a cool name.
But Cerberus is like...
That doesn't do very much.
Yeah. So we don't know what they do.
Cool name though.
Sumo Group bought Urok Digital.
But didn't someone buy Sumo Group?
Yes.
Yes. Remember, it's the Russian dollar thing.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Which is fun. Netflix bought Night School Studio. We actually mentioned that earlier, though. Something called MOBA Network, which I thought was very...
I'm assuming it's
strange.
a mobile company.
MOBA, like
MOBA as in...
MMO.
not... multiplayer online battle arena.
Yes,
there we go.
Sorry.
Like
Still
Dota.
Yes,
Dota.
that's right.
Yeah, they bought something called Reset Era. Anyway, NetEase bought Grasshopper, which is actually quite cool. They're the guys who made Killer 7.
Balverine!
A cat scared the shit out of Nina.
Sorry, she's a bit of a nightmare, that little Balverine.
But yeah, NetEase is also a gigantic Chinese company like Tencent. But they bought Grasshopper and they made Killer 7. They made the fucking game with the weird nerd who gets a samurai sword. Whatever. They make weird games. They make weird games.
The nerd that gets a samurai sword.
Yes, it's literally about a guy who he orders a samurai sword in the mail, and then the samurai sword arrives, and he decides to become a hitman.
Sounds like the precursor to Ghost Runner.
They should mod that and give him a range.
I just know, and this is the thing. I know his name is Travis. I can't remember what the fucking game is called, but the latest one was called Travis Strikes Again.
I tell you what, that's a travesty.
Gets out. So Crafton's Nina's favorite game company. They bought Unknown Worlds.
Okay.
Actually, I think Unknown Worlds is the people that made Subnautica.
Really?
So yeah.
But Subnautica's really good.
So yeah, I don't know who Crafton is.
So they must have been the same people that made Subnautica Below Zero.
Yeah.
Which is the most recent one of it.
And then Unity bought Sync Sketch and Waiter Digital, which is actually a huge. It was like I think I can't remember if it was bigger than Bethesda, but it was comparable to Bethesda.
What?
It is a company that makes. They do like VFX stuff, founded by. I was going to say Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson.
Did I fuck you over?
Yes,
did I finally do it? Oh, yes, praise.
Founded by Peter Jackson, the guy that made
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the
Well, no, he didn't make
really?
Lord of the Rings. He
Wait,
directed
say
the
that
films.
again for me?
Waiter Digital.
VFX.
They make VFX stuff, yeah, so it's for movies and stuff.
So Peter Jackson is the one who owns it?
Not anymore.
Well, obviously,
yeah.
he created it.
Peter Jackson, the lightning thief.
That's pretty intense. That company must be doing well then, at least.
And then the last one is Activision Blizzard bought something called Digital Legends, which I've never heard of.
Never heard. It's mobile.
I bet you Digital Legends regrets it now.
Oh yeah, they got the money and they're fucking.
They're like,
I doubt they regretted it at all.
But yeah, those are all. Well, they're not all the acquisitions. I probably missed some.
We were gonna do a wrap, but you know,
those
I was
aren't very
supposed to.
rhymable names. Let's be honest.
I was going to like sit there and figure
it's gonna
out.
be like the Poke Rap, but
yeah,
but with acquisitions.
yes, I was supposed to figure it out, and then what happened was I came here for holiday, and I haven't turned on my PC since I got here. So
he's just unreliable as always.
Unreliable. The whites.
Hey!
But
Generalization.
Yes. Quiet, other whites.
Fuck off. God.
I think that's everything, unless someone has. We can talk about Disco Elysium,
No.
which you've all played.
No.
So
Let's talk about Just Cause.
So, Just
No,
Cause was
let's
also
not.
my enemy. Fuck that game. I was so excited.
That was a close contender to the worst game of the year.
It was, if Ukulele hadn't come along.
Yes.
If Ukulele hadn't come along. Also, everyone should play the Sexy Brutal. It's really good. He complained about the visuals, but it is beautiful, and it's Groundhog Day.
It's an isometric game. You can have your preferences. I can have my preferences.
Actually, do you know something really, really funny? The company that made that then apparently got in with whoever owns the license to Groundhog Day, and they made a Groundhog Day game. So I'm like,
with Bill Murray.
No, I don't know if he's in it.
Boo.
What about that second Jurassic Park game?
Boo. What? Oh, Evolution 2.
Yeah, Jurassic Park Evolution 2. I haven't played it yet. I've only played the first one, which was
I
quite good.
didn't know they were making Jurassic Park games. I suppose there's all those new ones.
You've never played Jurassic Evolution?
No, he's under a rock. Leave him alone.
That's amazing. It was such a good game. It was basically like, I don't know, it's a bit more limited than Zoo Tycoon, but it's kind of like Zoo Tycoon, but you build your own
wait, I
dinosaur
did
park.
hear about this. I just never played it.
And then there's a second one that just came out now.
You know what?
And had Jeff Goldblum in it and everything.
There was actually some like
he was
really
the voice.
good things that happened this year, like the EA and being whipped by Disney, making sure that their games are.
That was true.
Are now coming out really nicely, and it's a nice change.
Yeah,
even though Disney kind of like cut the extended universe, but you know that's a scarf for another day.
The thing is that they because you can just be like, I'm just going to read the old extended universe.
Yeah.
They
You
do what the
can,
fuck they
but
want.
then they decide what's canon or not.
Yeah, but like, does it really matter who
No, it
decides what's
doesn't.
canon?
So long as I'm getting content, I'm good.
It's that whole idea of being like, no, headcanon. You can decide that character's gay. Who can stop you? I can just be like, no, Aragorn's definitely gay. Have you seen him?
Oh no, but you know,
He's
Viggo Mortensen. There was that scene in. Everybody knows where I'm going.
By
with
the
this.
way, he was also great in Captain Fantastic. Have you seen Captain Fantastic?
No.
No, you haven't.
No, I
You
have
haven't
not.
because you're bad people.
No, you're a bad
No,
person.
we're not bad people.
Captain Fantastic is awesome, and they make fun of Christians.
No, it's
which is
fantastic. Not
Which is good.
Good.
Like Far Cry 5 did.
Someone played
Oh,
Far Cry 5.
don't get into Far Cry 5, man. That game.
Justin, just play 6.
Yeah.
No, actually play 5. You might
No,
find it
no.
therapeutic to shoot radicalists and
Yeah,
cultists.
but the point of the game, it just repeats itself.
Yeah, but
That's all
Justin
Far
likes...
Cry games.
No, but I mean, like, it's not, each island, you'd literally go to the same.
It's not an
steps
island,
over
it's
and
just a
over again.
section of a
You
forest.
know what though? Far Cry 3,
Like,
they
you'd get
did
their
good.
attention,
and
you'd
then-
get kidnapped, you'd kill them, and you'd move
Whoa,
on to the next
wait,
island.
Far Cry
wait,
was the
wait,
same.
let's not spoil it for the one person who's listening. I respect you.
I respect you, Phyllis. I don't know why your parents called you Phyllis. It's really cruel.
Maybe
But-
they were trying to say philosophical, but
Yeah,
Maybe.
they
I
had
think
to
they got
shorten
it.
it. They
True.
couldn't afford the extra characters.
Digits.
True.
Supposed to the computer would consider digits. But, you know,
Because of bytes.
Anyway, I think that's
but
everything.
they're digits.
So, should we say ta-ta?
Toodaloo. I've got to say.
Bye.
And you don't wave, you say bye.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, they can't quite hear the wave unless you're like really.
No,
fast.
that's just.
Shut up, you.
That's all they're gonna hear.
Alright, well then, bye everyone. Don't die. If you can. Try to survive.
Have
Yeah,
a
it's only a
great-
year. It's only a year
Yeah,
without us.
yeah.
It's only a year.
It's only a year.
No, it's not only a year. We'll see you next year. You're saying it's only a year, adds 360 days to the wait time. No, plus minus. We're saying.
Well, at least we
we'll
get a
see-
we get a holiday then.
No, we don't. That was
360
content we have to
Yeah,
make
6
to
months
make
in
up for it.
holidays, it's fantastic.
Alright.
But yes, we will see you in the new year.
Well, I mean, I won't see you.
Well, you will hear us in the new year because we won't even hear from you.
Yes.
If you want to, you can just say Happy New Year on this video.
Happy New Year.
I think by the time of release, this video will release on the 31st of December. We are recording on the 30th
Probably.
of December.
It is the 30th.
Ain't you lucky?
Yeah.
You have to wait. But technically you're not.
Well, it depends how fast the 1 cent here gets the audio to me.
I'll just do it right now.
But anyway, it was
Bitch,
great
I
to
might
chat
be.
to all of you.
Yes.
I'm assuming
Bye-bye.
there's at least someone
Yes.
speaking
Shout bye.
or listening.
Bye.
Ta-ta, everyone. And I love
Cheerio.
you.